Smart clap.
Oh, I realized that Sean is not here to do our intro.
Hi, welcome
Go
to
ahead,
Blackwater, where we
Strong start.
start strong every time, without exception.
I was gonna say we tried desperately to remember what we did. I think almost a month ago now.
Yes,
Yeah, I
it
don't
has been a
remember anything.
while. It's been a while. Tim's recap is going to be good this week.
Sorry.
Is it going to be a full campaign recap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buckle up for 2 days.
Who am
2
I
days
married
of
to?
Who? What's my name again?
My name's
water
Spinach,
bottle.
right?
I filled my water bottle up and I didn't realize the tap was on warm, and now I just have a full bottle, like a big full bottle of warm
It will
water.
quench your thirst faster.
It will quench my thirst, but
warm water
it's
than
bad
cold
on my
water.
tongue.
Oh, cold water is where it's at.
hate
I'm
it in
going
my
to jump
mouth.
into
I
some
like
announcements here. You will notice that Sean is not here this week. He's off being a super famous actor and shooting a film in a weekend like a crazy person.
He got an offer he couldn't refuse.
Oh my God, get out of here. So he will be back with us next week. But we are here because it's been a while. Also, thank you so much, Top Down Tabletop, for the raid. Hello, folks. And thank you so much. Come on in. Welcome. You came at the perfect time. I'm going to do some very, very quick announcements, and then we will dive into the show tonight because it's been a minute. We've been doing some world building, hanging out. I got COVID. You know, we're better now. We're getting there. So if my voice is very strange tonight, that's why. As the world moves steadily forward, please consider donating to reputable organizations to help those fleeing and fighting against terror, war, and oppression. You can type !action to find links in the chat. A big thank you to our sponsors, Legend Crafting Nerdy Woodworking from Nerdy Woodworking Company from Calgary. Check them out, and if anything tickles your fancy, head to go to Blackwater for oh God, this was a bad idea. At checkout for a discount. We're also proud to be sponsored by Sirenscape because epic games require epic sound. One of our amazing partners is Legend Keeper. This is the ultimate world building tool created by DMs for DMs. They are a small group of creators based in both Canada and the US. Pup treats. It does say world building streams only.
Yeah, no, I know. I just have 110 and I finally have something to spend them on. 110,000.
The pupper is down here. I will give her a pup treat shortly when she decides to wake up from her nap. Yes, please go support Legend Keeper. They are a wonderful group of creators. We love them very, very much. Love as always to our dice goddess Keisha at fairydragon_dice and our campaign artist Tiana Kovacevic. You can find her at miss._marston on Instagram. Tiana's commissions are open, so you can DM her to get some art, and I think she has a deal on right now where you can get 20% off if you get like a full picture of your character. So go do that. A big thank you to those of you who subscribe for us. Don't forget to re-up your subscriptions as they don't roll over again any month. You also get one free sub with your Amazon Prime. And if you choose to give that to us, boy, howdy, thanks. We're also just really grateful to have you showing up week after week. We have merch that you can go purchase at our Redbubble store. We have a wonderful, amazing Discord. Our community is just delightful. Also, Anamides, thank you so much for the gift subs. Oh my God, 20 gift subs. Holy crow. Thank you so much, friend. That's so kind of you. Thank you so much. This community is just an absolute treat, and we are so grateful for all of you every week. Thank you. We also, if you want to catch up, you're like episode 96. Holy shoot, that's a lot. We have all of our previous episodes over on YouTube. So everything is there. We've got all of our other campaigns. Go check it out. Before I jump into also GF Powers, thank you so much for those biddies. You're so kind. Thank you so much. Before I jump into our programming this week, Len, are you doing anything on your channel this week?
I am. I'm coming back to stream after 14 days off.
Hey, welcome back.
Thank you. Tomorrow, I'm playing The Forest with Lexi and Icky, and it's a terrifying game about cannibals, and I scream a lot, so I'm doing that at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and then I'm going to try and be back through the week. Try and get back to my normal schedule, but I'm 2 years sober tomorrow.
Hey, so proud of you. Fucking amazing. Please go hang out with Len to help celebrate their sobriety for screaming all your way through Sunday. Adam, are you doing anything on your channel this week?
Yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, as per usual. Haven't really planned anything out, but it's probably going to be a lot of chatting and chilling. We gave my Twitch a makeover on Friday.
Ooh.
So it looks all pretty now.
Hey, we love that.
And
Also,
we're gonna
thanks
hang
to
out.
me and Yanis for the bits. We
So
love that.
oh, look at that. So yeah,
Sweet.
just chill stuff.
Amazing. Our producer Cody also streams. You can go hang out with them on their channel as well. Our mods will throw that up in the chat. And for our programming, we are back in full swing of production with a vengeance after taking some bloops through May. On Tuesday, barring any scheduling conflicts or anything that comes up, I will be doing some world building, finishing up our Pantheon that we have been working so hard. Y'all have been so helpful to me, banging out this 50 God Pantheon. It has been a wonderful time. I've been having a really lovely time with the community, doing a lot of world building, and maybe Tim will join us if he's free. It might be good because there's been a bunch of gods that Tim's like, no, you can't do those ones. I'm gonna do those, and maybe if we're nice enough to him, he'll let us do one of those ones. And then on Wednesday, holy shoot,
We lost Len.
Oh no,
Len
Did
has
they
also
bump it?
quit.
Len
Sean has
quit.
poached Len
Len's
for
quit.
Sean's
I'm
D&D
split.
channel all day.
I'm split.
You're
Oh
split.
dang. Oh wow. Well, I'm gonna just keep talking, and then hopefully it's
Fine.
I don't
uh
understand how. Oh no, no.
Yeah, just one. Oh,
oh,
how is she? Oh, how are they doing that?
doing what?
It's
Cody?
magical.
Because Cody's a
Cody.
magical human. I'm Tim now. Sick. I'm the DM. I'm the
dope.
DM now.
Am I the only? Oh no, Yanis.
I get to be Len.
Nice.
You get to be Len. What a treat.
Right.
And then on Wednesday,
All
we
right.
are back with Adam in the DM seat
Me?
for the Raging Bulls Saga.
No, I know. I'm just.
I was gonna be
keeping
like,
things
you're
spicy.
doing it.
No, you
doing
messaged
it.
me the other day. I remember.
Yes, I did. It's Cody and myself reprising our roles as Jersey and Oleander, two Minotaurs who just want to get the job done. And we are going to be joined by a brand new bull. Eric is, who was from the Weird West, is joining us as Veal the Young.
Veal the Young is such an upsetting Minotaur name. On so,
So
many different
wonderful.
levels.
He sent me so many. We were spitballing Minotaur names back and forth for a while. And Veal the Young, he surprised me with that one. He didn't tell me about that one when we were brainstorming ideas. He could have just
It's
gone with
good.
Veal Young, like Neil Young. I like Veal the Young.
Veal the Young.
Veal Young is also good.
Veal Young. Len is rebooting their computer and will be in shortly. So we are going to plug on forward because that's how we do here at Blackwater. And so that's Wednesday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then we're back on Sunday or Saturday with our main campaign. And to those of you who are in the chat who says my voice sounds like I'm struggling, my throat and my voice are struggling. But I am here back 110%. Whether you are new with us tonight or you have been with us for ages, thank you so much for your support. We love you immensely, so much. And we've been doing this now for over 2 years, and is such a treat every week as we grow and our community grows and we change along the way. We're so happy to have you along the ride with us. We hope you feel super, super welcome here at our table. Cody, roll the clip. Roll the clip. Roll the clip.
Or don't. Live your life, Cody.
Roll the clip.
Yeah, bud.
Yeah, bud. Here we are. So we are waiting for Len to hook back in. So this is just gonna be
Oh,
how it
I was
is.
gonna do a whole bit, Cody, but that's fine. That's fine. I'm the captain again.
You're the cat. You're daddy DM now. Tim.
Should I do the
Wait,
recap,
Cody,
or should I
moving it
vamp?
and then holding it there in place? Because that's a very funny workaround.
Yes.
So good.
We do it live. We do it live here. Tim, what did you say?
Do you want me to vamp until Len comes back, or do you want me to do the recap?
I
Do the
want to do
recap.
A slow
As
vampy
Elmo.
recap.
Can
No
you do
way.
no? Can you do a clack? Can you do like a like
Oh,
Clack's
man, I don't
not even
even,
with
right
us.
now,
Vision.
I don't even
that's
know
what-
if I can
that's
do
what I'm saying.
Clack.
I want to see a recap of what Clack has been doing while we've been gone.
Oh yeah, Clack's in the scar or in
I don't care
Sigil
what
right
we've been
now with
doing. I don't
Lady
need the
Forma.
recap for us.
I was gonna say I can't give the recap because it would be a little bit and then a big old fade to black.
Ah.
Ayo.
Clack out there making moves.
Oh yeah. Actually, no, Clack's voice is easier to do right now.
No.
Ugh, yeah, voice tender. Well, I don't want Len to miss this because I feel like Len also wants to know what has been happening.
We've all been gone for a long time.
It has been
It's
a
very
while.
confusing.
It has
So
been a
how
while.
are you all? How are you all?
Yeah, I'm
I
fine.
want to talk about how I have won Best Uncle Award.
I thought you were
Mm.
gonna say I want to talk about how I
Mhm.
am, and I was like, you just asked us how we are, and now you're.
Because
But yeah. Oh
it-
yeah.
We have a question in the
Because-
chat too
Bluey toys that I
You
brought
did.
from Australia.
from Australia.
Adam.
Very excited to bring those over.
Adam, very fun little tidbit for the folks out there. Adam called me on Facebook and was like in the store, very excited.
W.
Because he had found a bunch of toys of this TV show Bluey that my daughter loves, and she was really excited because he found two of the toys you can't get. I've looked everywhere in Canada and we can't find them. And
Granny, the
the
granny.
granny Blueys. So she was in the
So
tub,
good.
and I like was showing Adam as, and she was like, he was like picking him up, and he's like, "Oh, I got this one," and she like looks and she sees like she like scopes herself, and she like sees the dump truck in the back, and she's like, "Uncle Adam, can you bring me the dump truck?"
Is that no? It was. Is that the dump truck? And
Is
I went,
that
yeah,
the
that's
dump
the dump
truck, Mom?
truck. And she goes, can I have that one? I was like, yeah, of course.
Hype, man.
She was hyped about the dump
I'm
truck.
just glad nothing got broken in my bag because I
You
had
did
it like
so good.
had it
Can
well
we
stacked.
somehow reach out to the creators of Bluey to run a Bluey one shot?
Yes.
Oh
I wanna
my
be a
God,
dog.
Yes.
I want to be Blue. I want to. That'd be so funny.
I want like
This
like
episode of
a
Bluey's called
like a
D&D.
crime noir Bluey one shot.
He's so good.
That's so funny.
All right, well, I can give the recap, and
Yeah, Willow, we have-
I'm
we
sure
have
Len.
I will.
in
You know what?
Australia.
You know what you'll do, Tim? You give the recap. I will type it out, and it will be in chat for Lennon.
It's not super long. It's
go for it.
just so last month, Blackwater made their way to the plane of water by way of Sigil. They managed to make a good impression on the city guard and were escorted to the House of Pearls, a popular gathering spot in the underwater city of Alussians. They spent the day meeting folks and gathering intel on the city and its ins and outs. And after a number of successful interactions, they discovered a possible path to gaining an audience with King Magnus Deeprun, keeper of the tidal horn, said to be able to summon Istischia. They persuaded the Chamberlain, Evros Decatur, to hear them out, and he offered to arrange a meeting in exchange for their support in his bid for the crown, as the king has no heir. As they considered this request, Finnan discovered that the Chamberlain was in fact a Sahuagin in disguise. That's
it.
That's the plane of water. That's where we've been so far.
That's amazing. Len is working on it. Apparently, their modem is giving them the runaround.
Out of interest,
Mhm.
Yeah.
where is the Chancellor's partner in superhero fighting that controls the lava?
Yeah. She's not here.
She's on the 5 lane.
Shark
Yeah.
yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we get started? And then when Len jumps in, we can catch them up.
Also,
we would-
I am now imagining the Chancellor to look exactly like Taylor Lautner.
Absolutely.
absolutely. Okay, let's just jump right in. Let's just do it.
All right. So you see, with your kind of ghostly gaze, you see the kind of the larger figure kind of underneath this illusion, this kind of powerful illusion. What would you?
I don't
like
think
to-
I would make any outward.
Our brain speak is still up too.
Our brain speak
Mhm.
is still up. I
Yeah.
would
Let us
communicate
recast it.
via Charles Xavier mode. Just so everyone knows, the Chancellor is a Sahuagin. Just try not to react on your faces, but Yeah, good information to have. We will take your gracious offer under consideration. We have some folks that we need to talk to, and we obviously need to talk amongst ourselves and come together as a party. But we thank you for your time, and the offer is a kind one.
And two, if we do meet Istischia, as you have requested, we will be able to put the best foot forward for everyone to hopefully broach this venture together.
All right, that sounds fine. Let me know. And you see kind of gestures over to his kind of bodyguard, and she pulls out a kind of a large clamshell. You can see that's been kind of carved on the inside with his symbol, kind of like his stamp. And
a card, if you will.
Exactly, essentially a business card. And she kind of hands it over. If you wish to speak to me tomorrow, you may come by the palace grounds, and if you give that to the guards, they will notify me of your presence, and we'll go from there.
That sounds wonderful.
Thank you kindly. Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much.
Just as a refresher for you, he had also, part of that was like $5,000 was to kind of grease the wheels, and then
Finnan had that in hand at the end of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
How with the god is also Swahagan, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But also with illusion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't in brain. I don't know our Swahagan, like, I don't know where Swahagan sit in kind of the order of things.
Let's get out of this conversation, and we can speak in Kale's mansion, and that's up in the room right now, and then we'll go from there. I think we should go forward with this meeting, but all things considered, this is very useful information to know. Let's get out of this conversation.
Thank you very much, Your Grace, for your time. We hope to see you tomorrow.
I hope so too.
And Neppy would take the money out of Finnan's hand and pass it over to him.
Okay. He kind of smiles, and he collects it, and you can see he kind of puts it under the table, and he kind of starts digging into his bowl of pearls.
And then I go, quickly, room right now.
All right, so you all swim over. You can see Letters is still kind of like, okay, and he's like deep in the middle of a negotiation with the bartender still.
I swing over to Letters. Letters, we are going to be up in the room. When you get in there, you might have to cast sending to us. You'll be able to see the door.
Okay.
So we go upstairs and through our room door and into Kale's mansion.
Kale's mansion.
What is Kale's mansion like? Please tell me.
Did we do this before?
I think we did.
I thought we did, yeah.
You described it.
I don't remember what I described. That's why I was panicking, because I was like,
it's new since we last.
Oh no, I gotta do it again.
No, it's the same. It's the same.
It's the same place. Looks exactly the same as the beautiful description I gave last time.
Amazing. The second we're inside. A Swahagan.
Yeah. Both him and his bodyguard. Both of them, Swahagan.
I wonder how long they must have been cloaking themselves for a very long time. And I look over to Callie, who is incoming. There we go. Hey.
Nice.
Hello. Don't know what's going on. So.
We're upstairs in Kale's mansion.
No, I mean with my internet.
Oh,
I don't know what I've done. I'm scared that I might drop back out, but
it's okay.
We'll
it's
see.
okay. We'll figure it out.
I'm sorry, Cody.
We love you, Cody.
Oh geez.
Swahagan are very Oh, we are being moved around.
Yeah, no, I'm watching it. It's
I know, that's why I said I'm sorry, Cody.
No, it's okay. He's doing this on the fly. We love Cody.
Cody.
The Sawagan are very low
Oh, I see what
in
he's
the hierarchy system. They are part of the Undercity, from what I learned.
Yeah, they live
how?
essentially in colonies below.
Yes.
Just as a refresher too, the city itself, Alussian, is like on a large, almost imagine like a huge underwater slab of rock that kind of tapers down underneath. And the city itself kind of sits on top of that. That's where the Triton all live. And then underneath, there's kind of a colony. There's tunnels and things like that where the Sawagan live kind of underneath.
I
Second
think
class citizens.
I worry that the Sawagan might be somewhat like the Petch, and the Tritons might be, I don't know, suppressing them or something.
It didn't seem in your conversation that they are like slaves.
Right.
Seems like they're their own people, but it's just that they like from your experience in Alussian, it is essentially a monoculture. It's like it's just Triton. You didn't see anyone of any other race.
Is there any animosity that we could like tell, like while walking, like swimming through the city, if there seemed to be like any Sawagan that had made their way up topside and were getting like bad looks? Or
Make an insight check.
I'm so good at these. That is a natural 10, so a total of 9.
So you didn't see any Sawagan in the city, but you do remember from your conversation with the kind of the military folks that you were talking to, the captains. It like that they fought alongside them. It was like they were the kind of like they were the first wave of infantry, essentially.
With soldiers, right?
Which gave me the impression that they were kind of the chaff, right? Like
yeah.
If the Chamberlain, and we last line again. Dang. If the Chamberlain is to take position, and if we are to tell Istischia that this man should be king.
To again, just as a refresher,
Yeah.
All he asks is that you put in a good word with King Magnus,
Oh,
not with Istischia. It was only that, like, in his conversation, it was that because the king has no heir when he dies.
Yes, correct.
So he essentially wants the king to name him as his successor.
Okay, got it. Also, hello. Thank you so much for the raid. 20 sides to every story. Thank you so much. Thanks, welcome, folks. You came in at a good time, just starting up.
Yeah, he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to pull a coup or anything.
Right.
Having some minor technical difficulties, but
we're
what's a D&D stream without some technical difficulties?
We do it live here. What do you think? We cannot out him to King Magnus, do we? Is that our job? Is that our role here?
I think so, but it does concern me that there's an obvious deception happening.
Yes,
Oh.
of course.
I personally do not want to get too embroiled
with
the politics here.
I agree.
I agree.
I think there are lots of things we can do to, make things. Well, we would have to investigate first to find out what exactly is going on, but I don't think we have the time. And I think right now, if
we've already paid the money as well, so
we've done our job.
Yeah.
We go to see King Magnus. We thank for the Chamberlain's aid and talk about his role in getting us this meeting. I don't think we can say that we had anything to do with Delnis at all, unless we're cornered. I don't want to lie. I don't want to be caught in a lie. That's my problem.
Well, what if we do exactly what we've told him the Chamberlain we will do, but we also just let him know that we are aware of what's going on? So sort of just be like, we're going to uphold our end of the bargain. We're being very straightforward. We will say what we said we would say, but also we know that you are a Swagan. And so, if he is trying to do something nefarious, he's not doing it secretly anymore. He knows that we have that information.
My concern with that is if we reveal that hand, then we kind of, if there is intrigue happening, we embroil ourselves within it quite steeply.
Agreed.
Well, not any more than if we know what he is and not say anything, and then it turns out to go bad. Then it'll come back and be like, oh, we knew. I mean...
It would have been easier if I just didn't see it, honestly. Sorry.
No, that's absolutely okay. I mean,
it was my suggestion, I believe.
Well, and I mean, we killed... This was before both of you joined Blackwater, but we killed Dennis, right? Like, we in the Battle of the Docks... That one thing that is consistently on my mind is that when I had a very fruitful conversation with the clerk from the garrison, who we talked to beginning before he asked to take me out for a drink, but that's beside the point. What happened here, why this city is underwater, is because of the Caraxians. They took an offensive, and Arathis, they sank the city. They sank it.
There's also no love lost between these people and Wolfreen.
No, when they stormed, I thought that Delnis was a zealot, like Sindril or Zacchus or Kiva, the other three that were there, but they're all like this. They all crave. And to be fair, rightly so. They were kicked out of their home and sunk and banished here because the gods had a fight and a tiff and there was war. It's not fair, and the history has been written so that Istischia and her people now, they weren't even Triton. They were sea elves who've been here for so long that it's just changed them as a people. I don't think they deserve to... I don't want to get embroiled in their politics because we've already meddled enough. And if we can figure this out, and if we can do what we set out to do and go forward without sticking our noses and our fingers in where they don't belong, then we can get home and have our council and face off against the matron with our Dawn Prism. I want this to be done.
You're not wrong.
Sorry, it's just...
It's been a long time coming and it's been a hard road. I'll be glad to see it behind us.
We've got Cora. We've got all of that with the mandolin before us. I just want this off our plates. I want everything with the matron done. It is time and time and time again. Vengeance never dies. It just fuels more vengeance and it becomes so toxic. And I just want it done.
I think we don't say anything then. Or once it's all done, we can message us. We can do sending to the king and let the king know that it's come to our attention that there was an illusion involved or something along those lines. That it doesn't have to be now. It can be later down the road.
Agreed.
I think you're right. Our priority should be get to Istischia. We don't even know if this introduction to the king will get us what we need.
If it is the case that we are given the runaround, I believe I could try to just send to Istischia. We've seen each other. She's seen me. She tried to grab me with a tentacle years ago, but I wouldn't forget that. I'm not going to do it now. Let's try and go through the proper channels. I don't want to upset a Titan.
No,
already.
Of course not. But This has been a long couple of weeks, eh?
It has. Months. 2 months.
Right. Should we get some rest and then...
Yes. Yes. I think rest is the best thing we can do now and try to have all this be... Just go and see if we can get that audience with the king and just press forward. Have to keep pressing forward.
I agree.
All right. So, you all take your long rest.
And when Letters comes inside, when we
Yeah, he comes in later. He like gets in and shakes his whole body to get all the water off of him.
I guess it would be dry in here.
Giannis, do you have a mudroom in your magnificent mansion where
Does
we
he
like
have a
like an
mudroom?
airlock where we like swim
Well,
into it?
it's not an airlock, but it is. I mean, it is a farmhouse, so it would be. I mean, there would be sort of an entrance where you would take your boots off and stuff from the farm.
Bunch
it
of
is
towels laid out by the
Yeah.
servants.
Oh yeah,
just that smell of wet fur when he comes in.
It's like wet, salty fur. He gets toweled down for like an hour by your servants in the mansion.
And he's been dry for at least 20 minutes, and he's just enjoying these. It's like,
Absolutely, he gets
there's a spot right there. Yep.
a horn polish.
Oh, must be nice.
Don't neglect the hooves.
Yeah, we take a rest.
All right, so you have your rest, and you come to in the morning in the mansion as you kind of gather your things for the day, and you head out back into the city. Where would you like to go?
Shall we just go? I mean, we're essentially cordoned to this building.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
There's no point dallying around.
No, and perhaps I'm better at lying by omission in the morning. Who knows?
I'm also quite good at lying, so
I know.
if a lie needs to be told, I can tell it.
Well, you weren't there. If they ask us about Delnis at all, I won't bring him up, but if they ask us about Delnis at all, we sold his shield. And
Do they know who killed him, though?
they know he died in Wolfreen.
Right. Well, none of us are carrying any. Wait, does Callie's armor have any wolfry? Like, no, right?
It's just the owlbear on the pauldron on the shoulder.
Mm-hmm. She does have her holy symbol, though, of Melora, correct?
Yes.
But I believe she specifically said that she tucked it.
She tucked it. Yeah,
She
she
tucked
said
it.
she tucked it.
Right.
Yeah.
Tuck.
And I tucked
Because-
I took off my I'm not wearing much of my iconography either. I'm not wearing my armor.
Yeah.
My AC is 13 at the moment. And Callie is wearing like a mariner's, I think, armor.
Yeah,
armor or
mariner's
We
something
went
like
and
that.
got some for
Yeah, we
you.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My armor class is 12.
Yeah, great. I love it. Yeah, so we go and we go to
Cast alter self.
have some gillies. And we've hidden the Caraxian breathing mask. Letters would have cast water breathing on us.
Yep.
And that's 24 hours. So it's if he would have cast it on us before we went outside.
Sounds good.
And I'm gonna cast Death Ward on myself.
All right.
So to start the daily end, Letters would have mind blanked.
Simba.
Simba would have mind blanked Callie. I know my party. That's what we would do.
What do I cast at the start of every day?
Mage armor.
No, I don't have
What do
that
you
kind
you put
Nothing.
something
I
in
don't
your
cast-
I was gonna say you put something in your Iron Stone before bed. That's what you usually do.
Yeah.
You did that.
You tried
Oh,
to make me
absolutely
feel
did that.
bad.
Oh.
What?
Oh, we just had a brief scene change, but everything's fine now.
Nice. So you prepare your spells and things like that. And do you head out of the Pearl towards the palace, or?
Yes.
So as you kind of head out, you notice with your passive perception, you are followed by 4 guards, 2 kind of on either side, swim a little ways back, probably about 60 feet. kind of keeping an eye on you as you swim through more of the city. And again, you see that like this kind of beautiful ancient architecture that has been kind of reclaimed by reefs and things like that that have been repurposed into the kind of living architecture of this place. As people are going about their day, you can see trade happening and things like that. Everything is kind of self-contained within the city. It's quite remarkable. As you head toward the kind of beautiful palace that sits kind of on kind of the top of the slope, there is a little bit of a slope to the city, and it sits just a little bit higher than everything else. And you can see the kind of spiraled columns as you head up. You watch as like as you get closer, the guards kind of close the gap in behind you, and you see 4 guards kind of swim up from the kind of large archway. There isn't really gates or walls because it's an underwater city. It's like there's just patrols of soldiers kind of all around, but you can see remnants of a wall and a large entry or archway, and the other guards kind of swim up, so you're sort of surrounded.
I look and go, hello. We've noticed.
What is your business here?
We wish to speak to the Chamberlain.
We have an appointment with him, and I'll show the card that he gave me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of takes it. Wait here. And you watch as he kind of hands it to one of the other ones, and they swim down towards the palace.
Also, I've cast tongues into my Ironstone because I don't need pass without a trace because I have that once a day innately.
Okay. And you so you watch as like they kind of swim off to the palace, and probably about 20-30 minutes later the guard comes back as you're all just kind of hanging out there in the water, and kind of whispers into the other guard's ear, and he's like, this way. And he kind of swims you down, and you come to a large kind of almost like a barracks building next to the palace. You'll need to leave your weapons here.
I am, as you can see, unarmed, so.
Very well.
I don't think my gun would have been out because of the water.
Yep.
So Neppy doesn't have anything out either.
Okay. Your
We
sword.
have so many hidden weapons in our party.
I would leave my sword.
Yeah, leaves your sword. Callie leaves her sword as well. And then like they kind of clock that only 2 of you have weapons. And you watch like as the guard kind of calls into the barracks, and another soldier comes out, and you can see this soldier also doesn't carry any weapons, but you can see has kind of like gauntlets that are covered in runes. He'll accompany you. And he kind of hangs back about 50 feet, but kind of swims behind you as you head in into the palace. You're kind of led in by that same guard. As you get brought into the kind of lower part of the palace, you can see there's a huge sort of spiral staircase that goes up into a larger center area, and you get led into the bottom, and you can see the like old kind of worn tile floor that is like what was once kind of a beautiful mosaic of some kind is quite faded just from kind of natural erosion, but you can see there is also a number of like beautifully tended like coral gardens sort of dotted all along this like very open style palace. Where there was windows, it is now just kind of open, and you can see where a number of like doors once were now just kind of open archways. It's a very open concept palace, but you can see is
had to like adapt,
teeming with soldiers to kind of compensate for that lack of defensive capability. Right. But it is quite beautiful as you get kind of led down into a large, almost like a banquet hall in behind the staircase, and you get led into this kind of long table, and there are no chairs, but there is like a bar that kind of runs along either side, where you can kind of like, it kind of holds you in place like if you want to sit. Yeah, you kind of hook your feet.
Nice.
And the guard kind of waits with you, and a few minutes later you see Evros comes in with his bodyguard, and kind of swims over to you. Welcome to the palace.
Thank you for having us.
Of course, I'm glad you took me up on my invitation.
Wonderful, yes. We would very much like to have an audience with King Magnus.
Yes, I've notified him of your presence, and he was curious.
I can imagine so.
Yes. Very well.
Excuse my ignorance. I'm sorry, but I've heard tales that the city is populated by 2 people. And I've not seen kind of hide nor hair of the other people that I'd heard populate the city. Did something change? I guess maybe the tales we hear.
What
from
other
years ago.
people are you talking about?
Well, it was the Triton, the noble sea people, and then the shark people. The
Sawagan.
That's the one. I couldn't for the life of me remember their name.
They live below the city.
Oh, amazing! Great.
Has
Sorry,
it always been that way?
Yeah.
Yes, it
Okay.
has. The Sawagan are native to the plain.
Ah, so when the city was shunted here,
Yes.
I see.
Right.
I was regaled with the story, the history of Alussia last night.
Excuse my asking. It's such a beautiful city, and I've been ever since we decided we were coming here. I've been very excited because of all the tales I've heard. So I apologize if my ignorance was in any way offensive.
No, it's quite all right. I would maybe not mention the Sawagan to the king. It can be a delicate subject.
Oh,
I see.
that's something we should worry about.
Make a persuasion check for me.
Can I
Can I be feigning innocence?
Can I be helpful in that?
Yes, you may.
with advantage for me?
Advantage.
Thank you.
Kel was her just go.
20.
You also see Evros kind of gestures to his bodyguard, who then has the other, like the guard that brought you there had already left, but the other guard that was kind of set with following you, you watch as Evros's bodyguard goes and escorts that guard out of the room. And
Interesting.
so it is just the Chamberlain and you.
26 for my persuasion, Tim.
Okay. Yes, there has been tension over the years between the Sawagan and the Triton. They don't always take kindly to each other, but there are times of peace and arrangements have been made before. But generally, the accepted consensus now is to each their own.
Ah,
I see.
understand.
Do we have brain speak on?
Letters would have cast it.
Okay. In brain, I'm gonna be Neppy. Do you want me to take the lead with the king, just in case anything is brought up that you don't want to talk about?
Yes, I will do my best to pepper in to assist, but I will not stick my foot in it. Put it that way. I'll try my best not to stick my foot in it.
I mentally send a picture of myself giving the thumbs up.
Before we, it's terribly embarrassing, but before we go in and meet the king, I do need to use the restroom. Is that all right?
In head speech, Finn's gonna go, just pee, Kale. It's water everywhere. Just pee. No one's gonna notice.
You can't pee in the pool, Gail.
Just pee.
Everything is pool. Everything is pool.
He sort of like, he does kind of a double take of like, sorry, I don't know what that is.
You don't have bathrooms where I can relieve myself.
Are you ill? Or?
To put it delicately, on the material plane, when we consume water, it moves through our bodies, and then some of it needs to exit our bodies. And my friend here needs the water to exit his body, and he worries it might be improper to do it just anywhere. Where we're from, there are places that you're supposed to go and take care of that
Yes.
thing.
Right.
Just
Yes.
In my
Very
brain
well,
speak, I'm gonna be like, do they not poop?
No, I think they just pee and poop where they are.
Have I
Can't
just
make
been breathing
assumptions.
in?
We
If I
can't
just
make
been,
assumptions. Just
is
I
everything
guess,
pee down here?
The ocean is mostly just like pee from fish and stuff.
I don't like it.
Just step outside, I suppose.
I'll
It
step
kind of
outside.
Gestures over to.
Is there
Where there-
anyone?
There's
is
like
there
an
anyone
archway
out there?
into a small courtyard that is off of the banquet hall.
Is there
And
anyone out there?
You see a few guards kind of patrolling, kind of swimming around.
But no one too close to me.
Not super close now.
Okay, I am going to.
I was really hoping Kay would just be like,
You drop.
I'm going to pee. No, I'm going to use my 9th level spell slot
oh my gosh.
to cast a wish, and I am going to
holy shit.
cast an 8th level glibness, which gives me a base roll of 15 regardless on my charismas. And it
Holy
also means that no one
bananas.
can tell if I'm telling the truth or lying, regardless of what spells cast to detect truth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
That's good. That's
Okay.
good.
Playing with the big guns.
Fucking the way Giannis uses wish is so crazy. It's so good. Just being like, I'm just gonna cast spells that I don't
literally
normally have
have
access to.
The whole spell list in front of me, and I'm just always scrolling through, being like, "Ooh, this looks cool."
What's
Always
good?
be
What's
scrolling.
good? What's good?
Always be wishing. ABW. Always be
All right.
wishing.
Amazing.
Yeah, you cast glibness. And you head back in.
That does
I'd
mean
like
we don't
to-
get a mansion tonight, doesn't it?
It does mean we don't get no mansion, but I do like the idea that when Kale casts Wish, because he doesn't actually know these spells, it's like he kind of knows what he wants, and then he wants to be believable. He wants to be able to be convincing. And then the same way you see the sort of cogs in his eyes when he is able to sort of like control moments of chaos, those sort of just like click into place, and he just knows what movements to make or what words to say to cast that spell. So he's not always like aware of exactly what he's casting. He just sort of wishes for something, and then the mechanics of the universe sort of make it happen. Provide, yeah.
I
Yeah.
love that.
I trust you're all right.
Yes, it's very painful, but you know,
Interesting.
Caleb,
It
do
is-
you have a
it
kidney
is-
stone? Because we can get that sorted out.
Moving
pretty
forward,
Okay.
shall we await here? Is there anything that you would like us to do in the meantime? Before
No,
the meeting?
there is a meeting room. I will bring you up to him shortly. I just want to make sure that we are on the same page about our conversation yesterday. I don't want
course.
any surprises.
Is this
if-
something you're wanting us to do in front of you while you're in the room?
I mean, ideally, but
It will be made known who ensured the future prosperity of your people.
The swiftness of this meeting.
Exactly.
excellent. Excellent.
And I give him a wink to show how subtle we are.
I'll have you guys make a persuasion check for me. Either one of you, or both of you, or all of you,
34.
whatever you want. 34.
19.
Persuasion.
Is
I use the
glibness-
luck.
Is glibness 15, or is that just it's only for deception for glibness?
It's any charisma based roll.
Did you need to use the luck then?
I guess not, but I did.
But he
And
did.
it was a natty 1, and then I rolled natty 20, so
Hell yeah.
There we go.
so 24.
Worth it.
He goes, excellent. And he starts, he leads you over to another door, and you watch as his bodyguard kind of returns and heads up with you. As you get led up a back staircase into the kind of upper floors. And it almost seems like it was maybe a servant staircase at some point. But he brings you up into the upper floors.
Can
Mhm.
as we're walking up, that seems strange to me that he's leading us up a servant staircase when this is a meeting that is on the books.
Sure.
Can I vibe check. Like, are we getting? My sense is that like something is.
Are we walking into the same thing we did
awry.
last time?
Something is awry. It feels off.
You can make an insight check if you want.
When we visited Moradin.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Are we about to get
Three
attacked
of
by
us?
Moradin again?
Surprise!
It's just wet Moradin, Tim.
Wet Moradin.
Moradin.
Moist Moradin.
Moist Moradin. Gross.
Moistedin.
Y'all like Mario? You're like Wario, dude.
Moradin.
Moradin.
Make me laugh. It hurts my throat. 24 for my insight
24.
check.
It seems like as you get up to the kind of upper floors, it seems like you're being led into like the quarters of like it's like the residence part of the palace. So it's
shit.
like it's not necessarily that he's trying to hide you away. It's like you're getting brought into like a very private area.
Gotcha. Rather than like a big formal dining hall.
Yeah, this is like
we are meeting Magnus, not the King Magnus.
Yeah, this is a bit more like it's not a formal, like you're not a formal delegation. This is the like you're being brought into my home and I'm allowing this to happen.
I understand.
I'm allowing, like I'm okay with this.
Right. Okay. I would relay that in my head.
Right. Well, good thing it's not a trap.
Yet.
So far.
You get brought in to the kind of residence area and you get brought through. You can see kind of like as the staircase comes up into a long hallway that's like beautifully decorated. You can see with a number of different what look like kind of ancient artifacts. You can see some of them look Caraxian in design.
Interesting.
Some of them are on pedestals and things like that. And there are kind of tapestries that have been sealed in kind of glass cases.
Cool.
And it's like it looks like there's a lot of artifacts and things like that. It's quite beautiful. And some of it also looks like animal, not necessarily like taxidermy, but certainly like bones, some like mounted teeth and things like that.
If there's anything like the particularly like Caraxian in nature, I would stop.
It's kind of down the hall. You don't get like a great look at it because you get brought over to what looks almost like a study or like an office.
I understand.
Yeah, like it's.
We don't really see the tapestries. We just kind of see that there are some.
Yeah, you'd have to go down the hall to take a look. So
I understand.
If you wanted to leave the group, you can. That's up to you.
No, not yet. No, we're on a mission.
Okay.
I want to peek because I'm curious, but I'll wait.
All right. So you get brought into this room, and Evros, you can see there is a number of chairs that have been kind of set up around this a smaller table, and you can see it's like very like looks almost like it's been carved to look like wood, but it is in fact stone. But it is very like intricately carved. It's quite beautiful. And Evros kind of gestures for where you should all sit. And again, each of the chairs in here have that same kind of like, there's like a hook almost, like a little bar at the bottom to hook your feet in. And he kind of, I'll be right back. And he heads out.
You sit and we wait.
About...
In my brain sphere, I'm gonna say to Finnan, I'd really like you to check the king to see if he's also not a Sahuagin already.
Yeah, I can do that. I'm gonna wipe under my eyes and I'm gonna cast True Sight.
Is there anybody in the room as you do that?
No. Evros has just stepped out.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Phew,
I'm
True
going to
Sight.
cast Enhance Ability on myself for Charisma.
I am out of my stone. I always forget what it's called. Out of my Iron Stone, I'm going to cast Tongues on myself.
All right. So a few minutes go by, and then you hear Evros kind of comes back as he kind of opens. There is a door in here. He opens the door, and he comes back in with his bodyguard. And you can see as he kind of comes in, he goes, "It is my honor to introduce you both, you all, to King Magnus Deeprun and Queen Ursa Deeprun." And you watch as he kind of steps aside and moves behind all of you and kind of stands at the back of the room. His bodyguard moves to the side of the door, just inside. And you can see there are 2 soldiers that kind of step in as well and move as the bodyguard kind of moves over and around to be next to Evros. The 2 soldiers who you can see are quite imposing, and you can see their armor is inlaid with runes and fairly imposing figures, fully plate armor. They kind of step in and to the side as you see Queen Ursa enters first, and she is a tall figure. She's got a deep purple fringe that kind of runs down the middle of her head, and she's wearing a flowing robe that seems to be made of iridescent scales, and it's quite form-fitting, but then at the waist it kind of flows freely like a skirt, and you can see as she comes in she has something that you can see lives in a harness on her back, and as she kind of steps around, she hands it to one of the guards. You can see it's a fairly large harpoon gun,
Sick.
and she has a half helm that comes around either side of the fringe, it kind of comes around on either side and curls up into these kind of jagged points at the front.
Mommy.
And she kind of moves around to the other side of the table, and in behind her, her husband, King Magnus, who's he cuts a fairly large figure with a wide orange fringe on either side of his face, and he wears very, very impressive, ornate armor that covers his shoulders and his arms, and you can see there's a cape that's kind of attached to it as well. It kind of comes down and floats in behind him of this deep blue, and he also sports a half helm that rises up above his head, and you can see there's a large eye in the center with razor sharp metal tentacles that extend out almost like a sunrise. And he has no weapons on him, but you can see on his belt a jewel encrusted conch shell that kind of sits at his side, and as he comes and sits down, he takes off his helmet and kind of puts it on a little side table next to the plate, or next to the table, as well as his wife also does the same thing, and there's another kind of small table that she sets it on.
In my time in the city, have I seen anyone bow or genuflect or in any way supplicatory movement?
No, there the thing that you have seen between some of the generals is there's a fairly kind of that Roman handshake.
Right.
That's about it.
I will, in whichever tongue they will find most pleasing, they will hear this. Your Royal Majesties, thank you so very much for this audience. It's greatly appreciated, as is your time. Excuse me if I have broken any decorum, but I know not the ways of your people, and I do not know how to... where I'm from, we bow, but I'm not sure the best way to conduct that.
King kind of nods his head. Well, we will see how the meeting goes, and at the end, if it is come to an agreement, then perhaps we may shake hands.
It's
Please.
very gracious of you.
Sit.
It is an honor to be in your presence, and I would dip my head.
I appreciate it. Thank you. He kind of gestures to the guards.
Everyone is themselves except for the 2 Swahagan, correct?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
And what is on their faces as they're peeping this little meeting?
They're like Evros.
Yeah.
He's just at the back.
Placid.
He's just standing. Yeah, he's just standing.
Okay.
He's just kind of neutral.
I just keep expecting a shark face. I don't know.
He's very, very pleasant and neutral. As King Magnus gestures to the soldiers, and you see they leave the door. They leave outside the room, but the door is still open.
Of course.
And Evros stays at the back with his bodyguard.
You all seem like the sort of people that don't dally about and bandy about words too often, and I respect that. So would it please you if we got straight to the matter at hand?
Yes, I am curious as to why you have come to the plane of water.
To put it frankly, we seek an audience with Istischia. We have spoken with each of her siblings, going to their various planes one by one. Istischia was the last stop on our rather lengthy journey, and we require a meeting with her that will hopefully benefit everyone.
And how would this exactly benefit us?
May I, Finnan?
Of course.
Thank you. I have heard and been educated on what has happened to your people. How you were shunted from the material plane during the Dawn War. We seek a mutually beneficial situation so that, frankly, Your Majesties, we are in desperate straits. We need the aid of the Titans to allow us to strengthen the material plane so that a god who has been rampaging her way through from the negative energy plane can no longer assault the whole plane itself. She has killed a god already, and she will not stop. I know, though I can never understand, ever, what has happened to your people was wrong. You did not deserve the fate that had been handed to you. And it is our hope that we may seek to help right that wrong.
There is already a city on the prime material plane that is populated quite thoroughly with denizens of the earth elemental plane. Our time spent on the fire elemental plane was
Fruitful.
was fruitful, and we gained Garx's blessing, and we've gained Akadi's blessing as well.
And freed Uptau.
In my head, I go, we merely seek to right the balance that was put askew in the Dawn War.
Where do you call home on the material plane?
We have a hard time calling anywhere home. Our job forces us to travel a lot, but as far as where we're from originally, we're all from different places. Letters is from the Earth Elemental Plane himself.
I am from the Amonkhe Desert.
You have no home to speak of.
In my head. We have to be honest. Honesty.
We were provided a keep in the city of Wolfreen after providing a service when a demon got loose, tore rampage through the city, and we put an end to it. And as a thank you, we were provided a keep that we occasionally use when allowed the time, which is few and far between.
So you have standing in the city.
We do.
Some, yes.
To blow the horn is not something to be taken lightly. We worship Istischia. She protects us. She guards our city. It is customary in times past when the horn has been blown to provide an offering as a sign of respect.
What form might this offering take?
Traditionally, it is the heart of an ancient dragon turtle. It can be found throughout the plain.
You seek us to hunt a dragon turtle.
If you wish me to blow the horn, I cannot be empty-handed.
Of course.
As she arrives.
I understand.
Can I ask you a question without, I mean no insult, but I feel as though the commitment to help us by all of Isticia's siblings is news that is important enough that they would want to know of what is happening. I don't say that because I don't think we're able to obtain this item that you seek, but rather because time is very much of the essence. And
yes, you will need to move quickly. We are a people deeply rooted in tradition. I understand you have your own timeline, but we do not work on that timeline, and we suffer no love for the material plane.
that being said, in my brain space, I'm gonna just say, do we discuss the offer to return to the material plane?
I think
I'm curious to see how
stick
much
to a tradition, and we
Tradition honor it.
move
Okay.
forward. We hope we will of course honor your traditions, and we hope that though there is no love lost between your people and the people of the material plane, we hope to mend that bridge with time, and hopefully our actions show that we truly do mean for the best for all denizens across the various elemental planes and the material plane. I would also like, if it is okay, to take a moment and just thank your Chancellor for making it so efficiently organized that we were able to meet with you. Truly, you surround yourself with exceptional people. It was without him, none of this could have happened. So I thank you, and I thank him very much.
Yes. Well,
I would like to look at the Chancellor to see if this was like, I look at him quite overtly, just like looking at him as I say this, and see if that's.
he like bows his head demurely. He's like, no, please, I can't take the credit. Yes, well, should you be successful in your endeavor, I'm sure he will get his reward.
Of course.
Glad to hear that.
The queen kind of puts her hand on the table. I have another request.
Of course.
As you are people of standing in Wolfreen, I wish to have an audience with the queen.
Is there something that we may let her know that the audience is regarding? Should she ask?
We have heard rumors. The city of Svelen was destroyed. Was
It
it not?
was.
Those rumors are not unfounded.
We were there.
I would like to negotiate a settlement.
If I am understanding, lands along the western coast of Wolfar were your ancestral home, correct?
Yes, they were.
Along the edge of the Alderdon forest.
Yes.
We can organize such meeting
Absolutely.
in good faith.
Thank you.
It is our pleasure. We were present for the fall, the perpetrator being the being that we are trying to stop now, and it was a harrowing experience, regardless of one's relationship to the city. It was a true tragedy, but we shall pass on your hopes to the Queen of Wolfrain.
Is it your wish to resettle those lands?
Yes, it is.
I have a question, and I hope that you don't find it improper, but there were a great many people displaced. Would they still be welcome if your people were to settle?
That will have to be negotiated.
Of course.
There is something that pulls you down through your feet when it comes to ancestral land. I can understand that.
If I may, where might be the best place to start looking for a ancient turtle dragon turtle?
There is a site that is known to many treasure hunters in the city. My wife can tell you all about it. She kind of smiles. This is the first time you see both of them smile.
I love that energy. I love that.
I'm something of a collector myself. There is a fleet, an ancient fleet of sunken Caraxian ships. And you watch as she heads over to one of the bookshelves and she pulls out a scroll case and she kind of opens it up and kind of lays out this scroll, and you can see it is almost like a nautical map around the kind of city itself, and you can see there is like it's topographical, so you can see the kind of the ocean goes down quite a ways around
Like
the city, but then
depths?
drops off. Yeah, they're like
Cool.
like the different depths.
That's
and
a
there
cool
is
like underwater map thing.
yeah, there's like a ring of of land that's kind of right underneath the city. That's probably another 1,000 feet down, and then it kind of drops off quite a bit. But at the edge of that ring, it's probably a few hours outside of the city. There is you can see there's markings of like a number of ships, sunken ships. There has been sightings here, and I've had a number of expeditions go missing. I have a fascination with Caraxian technology.
If I may, a guide would be extraordinarily useful for us, and we are capable people. So anyone that comes with us would have access to those treasures.
That would be yes. If you find anything, I will make sure you are handsomely rewarded for anything
We would be happy to
you may find in return.
Of course.
bring back things upon return, of course.
I can arrange for a guide to be sent along with you.
We
Wonderful.
appreciate that.
I have one final question.
Of course.
Please.
I lost my son in the battle. I am aware that you likely fought on the other side. Did you see what happened to him?
Unfortunately, I did not.
Did any of you?
In my head, he deserves at least some of the truth. They have treated us with nothing but honor.
Can I handle this one, please, since I was the
course.
only one who was there?
No, I agree.
War is a terrible time. I was there when your son fell.
Did you see who did it?
In my head, I know we don't want to lie, but say Taran. It was a man by the name of Taran Blackwater who later fell in the same battle. There was a...
Make a deception check.
Of course. It's a 29.
We've got Len in the chat saying Callie would step forward.
You kind of finished saying that.
And say it was her.
He looks at Callie. Huh.
Len says she would have stepped forward before all this, so maybe I didn't lie.
Yeah, you didn't get that far. You were about to say
I
it.
feel like I would have stopped. I feel like that moment where I paused before Adam came in is what Finnan would have said. We're on a delay with chat, so
it's fine. I'm just role playing. I need to recast all the self.
Some in your gills.
no, Len, thank you so much. I know Len is.
Oh my
Len,
God.
you're a champion. You're a champion.
Oh.
I would like you to stay behind and speak with you. He says that to Callie, and that's where we're going to take our break.
Hopefully we can get Len in. Can I send Len? I will do that. I will try that. We are going to try and get Len in this call because this is very important that Len is here. Wow. Holy bananas, y'all. It's getting real slippy down here in the water elemental plane. We are going to take a very quick break. Our break is about 10 minutes. Please grab yourself a beverage, grab yourself a snack, and then come on back and hang out with us. You know you want to. We will see you very soon. Bye.
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 Oh hey guys, it's me, Adam, and I'm here to talk to you about the sponsor for tonight's episode, Legendcraft. Legendcraft is a Canadian woodworking company that makes D&D and tabletop gaming tables and accessories. They are a couple of passionate crafters that create items that will instantly become a highlight of any tabletop or RPG player's game night. An absolute favourite of mine is the Mountain King board gaming table. This table is bonkers cool, looking like it is straight out of a Dwarven King's Hall. It's really unlike anything I've ever seen. We feel really good about endorsing this Canadian business that brings so much passion into something we care so deeply about. So head over to their Instagram at legendcraft.ca to have a look at what they're making and let them know that Blackwater sent you. And if any of you fall in love with any of their amazing products, you can go to their website and use the promo code Blackwater for 5% off. It supports a Canadian business and also helps support our stream in this crazy D&D game we love. Thanks, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Hello.
Hello.
We think
Oh,
we've got
hey.
it figured out. I will preface to everyone that here at Blackwater, we can't leave anyone anywhere. So we have been working to try and figure out Len's tech issues. It has to do with like big internet outages because of the rain here in Vancouver, because nobody can handle anything. The internet, dang it. So what we're going to do is we are going to keep playing. Because it's really important that Len is here for this. However, if Len's internet cuts out, then we are going to stop playing and we are going to transition to kind of just like a questions stream where anybody can ask us anything about our characters and stuff like that, because it's really important that we have all of us who can be here at the table, especially in such a like an emotionally rich moment like this. So super, super important that Len is here. Len is working desperately on their technical issues and just really being a whole champ trying to figure things out. So we're working on it. And thank you so much, everyone, for being so patient with us. I will ask Len if they...
Oh, no, that was just my end. My end
Okay.
crashed.
Okay. I will see if Len needs a couple minutes. If not, we can answer some questions while Len is figuring out some tech stuff.
Heck yeah.
Sorry,
I have a
we're working
question.
on you. Sim, you have a question?
I have a question. What's everybody's favorite flavor of ice cream?
We've answered this.
I
one.
said it with full confidence, not having a question in the barrel.
Well, why don't we take some? I'll put it
I
out
have a
to
question.
chat.
I have a question. Hi, my name is Adam Lucas. I'm 29 years old, and my question is: I can't eat gluten.
That's
Oh, thanks.
That's
That's
great.
a great question. Thanks, Adam.
a weak question. If anyone has any questions in the chat for us while Len is working on technical issues, please drop them in there right now. We're happy to answer them, whether those are for Adam, myself, Yanis, or Tim, or Len.
I refuse to answer any questions.
I know.
Get away from me.
Adam.
It's my private information.
Adam did redeem a pup treat before.
No, but I got it back. I got to give him back.
Oh, you got to give it back?
I think Teeny might have been like, he never got his pup treat.
Well, I can't do pup treats we only do pup treats on Worldbuilding Streams, but I can show the pup.
Pup.
Show the pup.
Oh, dog. There she is. Pup time.
Very sweet.
If anyone would like to ask any questions about characters or the game or anything, or our dog, or anything, please feel free to drop in the chat. Yeah. We're very grateful to all. Len is working so hard.
That is
Len
correct, Stickman. My lawyer isn't present, therefore I'm not going to answer the question.
Our Blackwater lawyers are not present.
My lawyer is Sean.
Oh, I got it. Shadow Tiger has a question. Would sushi be considered a specialty or just common food in Triton society?
They don't eat sushi. They do eat sashimi, but they don't eat sushi because they can't grow rice. It's only sashimi and it's everywhere. They never cook. They don't cook a lot.
So
it's hard to cook when there's just water.
Cook. They they do some boiling and things like that, but
magical boiling.
A lot is raw.
To answer High Speed Sloth's question, superior genetics. It's my hair product
It's a
for
great
volume.
brand.
It's a really good brand.
It was kind of
Oh,
answered
yeah.
last episode. Oh, hello,
Dungeon
Dungeon
Mechanics.
Dungeon
Mechanics.
mechanics.
Welcome in for the raid. You have caught us at a time where we're taking a couple minutes to answer questions from the chat. Thank you so much for coming in. We are working on
The
some
ocean
tech
is
stuff.
soup.
Yes,
but-
right.
Thank you so much for coming in. Very, very happy to have you. Tell us what you were doing on stream tonight. Were you playing? Were you doing world building? Tell us what you were up to tonight. Teeny had a question about we did some stuff last time where we leveled up to 17 or maybe that. And so was there any more thought into level 17 choices and what we're looking forward to going forward with the rest of the levels 18, 19, 20?
I don't think we're gonna get there.
You don't think you're gonna,
I don't know if we're gonna get to level 20.
What do you
You
mean
don't
we're
think
not
so?
getting to level 20?
It took us 2 years to get one level. I think
that was like
I think-
level 15. This is they'll happen a little faster now. You're going up against really big stuff.
True.
I feel
I'm
like,
really pulling from the mid 20 CRs.
Yeah.
I don't-
because
Oh,
what
yeah,
have
you
we-
are.
Because what have we got left?
We
have,
fought a literal archdevil. Like,
I know. We have the matron, Kane, and Cora.
Y'all are never gonna fight Kane.
Shut up, Tim.
we're going
We'll never
back
see
for
him
him.
again.
We're
we're
going
never
back
gonna
for
see
him.
him again.
To
We're never
find
gonna
him.
see him again.
Listen, once the
We
campaign
do
is done,
milestone,
I
Matt.
have. Once the campaign is done and we've solved all the problems, I have wish. I will wish him to me. Don't make me
Oh
do
my
it,
God,
Carlson.
that's
I will
actually-
wish him to
and I
me.
can hear.
Oh,
It's actually
we can
kind of
hear you,
big,
Peter,
bro.
I cannot hear you guys though.
You
Whoa.
can't hear us. What do you mean you can't?
I can hear Sirenscape and I can hear myself, but I can hear everything else on my
Len?
desktop. I can't hear you.
Len?
I
Yeah.
can't read lips.
Oh shit! I was gonna tell Len what to do, but Len
Here,
can't hear us. So, no, because I've had this issue before, Yanis. I'll call.
We've got a question. Oh, hello, the Playmat. This is Playmat is a wonderful world builder. Can I get a shout out for the
What
Playmat
up?
in the chat, please, from one of our wonderful mods? The Playmat is a wonderful world builder based out of Toronto. If you have love world building, please go hang out.
Okay, firstly,
on his
mute
channel.
yourself. Oh, I'm not.
A question for you, Tim, is what is the most annoying and what is the best part of DMing for a level 17 plus?
Most annoying is trying to balancing encounters is really tough. And like making them memorable and fun and not like it's just hard to like get the balance right of like you don't want every encounter to be really, really difficult to the point of deadliness, but it's hard to find creatures that like are strong enough to pose a challenge that aren't also deadly. So like threading that needle is tricky and can be annoying. But it's the flip side of it is also very fun. Because I get to use all these kind of big, powerful monsters that most campaigns never get to use because they're too powerful, or they're like a fixture of like that's the end boss or whatever. So I do get access to use a lot of like big, more powerful stuff, and so it's both. It's annoying, but it's also very, very fun.
I think for me, the most annoying thing about playing as a level 17 in those situations is the fact that because you're trying to basically you take on a tactic of like you have to wear us down, so you have to get us to spend a bunch of spell slots, and I say annoying, but it becomes very difficult, especially as like spellcaster based as like my character is, to like you get to a point where you have no spells, so you have to be so careful, and you know it's like with the Kane thing. You tapped us so much that we couldn't engage with Kane.
Yeah, and that's the thing is,
but we should have.
Shut up.
There also becomes a drop off for like some classes where, like there are some classes that even if you've used all your stuff, you are still effectively powerful.
Yeah.
But like sorcerers, wizards, majority of our of our party, you hit a kind of a canyon of just like useful, not useful
at all.
Because as soon as they're out of spells, it's like
even with a paladin, like once like Callie hits hard, but like there's a big drop off when they have no like smites left.
Yeah,
it's like all of a sudden it's like your damage goes way down. So it's like it is fun to do that. But and then there's been a couple, I'm trying to think.
That's cool.
There's been a couple encounters where it's been like low level stuff that is just like the right mix that can pose a real challenge because of what it can do. I'm trying to think what it was.
The playmat says that they once ran a mana eel that drains spell slots, and that's pretty cool on a failed save.
Oh yeah.
We'll take a couple more questions here. Len, how are you doing? Are you ready?
I am. I can hear myself.
Oh,
Can you hear
And
us?
I hate that. So yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, we're happy you can hear us. Thank you so much for working so hard on your tech issues.
This is the difference between Len and I, in that I used a mic the other day where I couldn't hear myself back through my headphones, and I was like, "Oh, this sucks." I like to be able to hear my own voice.
I need to be able
because,
to hear myself.
Well, no,
yeah,
it's
I don't like it.
Well, it's from a music point of view. Like, I'm so used to getting on stage and using a microphone and getting my voice back to me that when it doesn't happen, it's like I'm like deaf. I can't hear myself.
I'll answer that question real fast.
Yes, I'll read it out
yeah.
just for folks who might be listening or not reading chat. The question is for Yanis. What was it like to bring Kale to the main campaign? Do you ever think you might bring another character?
Kale kind of came to the main campaign sort of by accident because I initially joined not intending to play necessarily. It was sort of initially as a sort of just a producer role. And then when Adam used to run a campaign that Kale existed in with Sean, which is how I met Sean, and I knew Adam from before. But when we did a M's birthday one shot, we needed a character to bring. And so Adam had run a one shot that Kale had met one of M's other characters, Saren. And so it made sense to bring him in. And then when we sort of were coming towards the end of that, I said we knew that the campaign that he existed in was never going to play again. So I kind of said to Tim, it'd be cool if he just existed in the background, just to know that he is sort of still I could still visit him almost weirdly, that he would exist in the background of someone else's story. And Tim was like, yeah. And I don't think there was ever really thought to it, that at least not from my side, that, he would then become a playable character. But yeah, then when sort of the opportunity arose to join and have, come in and do little guests, it was made sense to play him. I don't honestly have any other characters other than characters I played in one shots here. Except
for that one character that you were thinking about bringing into the Blackwater universe, Duggins de la Bourgeoisie, and I think it's really lucky we went with Kale because it was a stronger choice. Duggins was a horrendous, a heinous character. A lot of really weird choices.
I am seeing so many wonderful questions come up in the chat, especially for Tim, which is great. If you know what, we're here, we're all ready to play. So let's jump back in. But Tim, you're going to join me on Tuesday, right? Potentially. Yeah. Tim is going to join me on Tuesday for some world building. But what we'll do is, because y'all have so many wonderful questions, I'll keep these ones. I will read them back in the chat. And if you would like to come join us on Tuesday night, 8 p.m. ish, 7:30, Teeny, you'll make a list.
Bless you, Teeny.
I love you, Captain.
I did say to Ravenswood, though, Ravenswood's question, do I have any items or creatures that the party missed that you wish they had found or fought? And I told him I'm gonna need a whole stream to answer that question.
I love
There's
it.
lots.
We're gonna make sure that we do a really big end of campaign debrief. Whether we'll do one with just Tim and we'll do one with all of us as cast. Len?
I think we're gonna lose me in a moment.
No,
you all just froze, and then my other monitor said I was offline, and then this just said my internet is unstable, so we might not have me.
No. Well, let's just keep going. I have faith. We go on faith here at Blackwater. That's what we do.
Tim, if this arc doesn't end with us having an apparatus of Qualish, I will cry. I want a crab tank. I want it now.
Give me my crab tank. We will. If you have any other questions for Tim, please come hang out with us on Tuesday night, 8 p.m. ish Pacific. We'll be there sometime between 7:30 and 8, whenever our kids actually decide to fall asleep. And we're going to be doing some Pantheon building. Tim and I are going to also dip into maybe some race building. There's a couple races for campaign 2 that we're opening up. So we're going to maybe do a little bit of that and questions for Daddy DM. So while we have Lennon and while the internet gods are mildly grimacing down upon us, let's dive right back in.
So King Magnus kind of turns as you.
A quick recap of
Yeah,
what's
Yes.
been happening.
so the meeting with the Queen and the King, arranged by the Chamberlain. He's talked to you about what it would take to, if he were to blow the horn, he needs to be able to present an offering. The Queen has requested an audience with the Queen of Wolfrine.
Yeah.
She wishes to talk about negotiate a settlement of the Alussians on the mainland where Svelin was, because she had heard rumors that it had been destroyed, and it was now. And then you guys confirmed it. And then his final question is he wanted to know if you had seen what had happened to his son.
Is that where we're starting? Him asking there?
We can, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So we roll back a little bit.
Yeah.
Did you see what happened to my son?
I fought your son. I'd step forward.
Were you the one who killed him?
I was.
Did he have any final words?
No. Sorry.
What is your name?
Calliope.
Calliope, do you have any children?
No.
You cannot understand what I'm going through.
I'm sorry.
Where is your home, Calliope?
In Wolfrine.
Very well. I will need time.
Of course.
To think on what you've said.
I'm here to answer whatever questions you have.
Brain, Justicali. I know where Delmas' skull is. We could offer it to bring it home. If you wish. I'm happy to do that, or if you would like to do that. But that's on the table if you wish it.
I'll offer it. I know where his skull is, and I can bring that to you.
Did you take it as a trophy?
No, I would never.
Where is it?
I don't know where it is.
Where is it?
It is under my purview.
So you took it as a trophy.
Not a trophy.
Then why do you have it?
When we fought your son, Delmas, we fought him alongside three others, apologies. The four were working together, and Zakis, their leader, and Erakokra unleashed a elemental titan in the city of Wolfrine.
Yes, I'm aware.
At the time, I was given a prophecy that I was to stop chaos in the world, to prevent it from being unleashed, and to keep it from ever happening again. I thought the prophecy included your son, and I was mistaken. It was about a lich who we fought following.
And who gave you this prophecy to begin with?
My god,
And who is your god?
Nepthisakid.
Hmm. Do you still follow her?
I do. When I realized that I was wrong, I also realized it was not my choice, not under my clearance, to decide what happened with the pieces, the skulls of the four that we had. Originally,
Why did you take their skulls? I still don't understand. You
I believed it was
purposely
part of my
removed their
prophecy.
heads.
to prevent them from coming back.
You would rob them an afterlife.
As I said, I was wrong. And I wish to right part of my wrong, not to ease any of my own conscience. I will carry the weight of what has occurred. But if this is something I can do for you, I would gladly do it.
Yes. I don't understand your customs. They seem perverse to me. But ultimately, it is up to Istischia to judge all of you accordingly.
Tim, what kind of, like, is he giving off very aggressive vibes at this point? Like, do I feel like he's still going to stick by our deal?
Make an insight check.
Insight 19.
19. He seems like you can see there is like a profound grief that and anger. There is like an anger to it. He doesn't seem to be like posturing in kind of an aggressive way per se, like he's not making moves to try and hurt you, but you can tell that he's angry, but it seems like he does understand what's at stake and that it is bigger than his own grief. It seems like there's a reason he's the king. He can see the bigger picture, but it doesn't change the fact that he suffers no love for the material plane, or like he understands, but he doesn't care. Retrieve the heart, and I will blow the horn.
Thank you.
You are gracious. Thank you, Your Majesty.
Yes, I am.
Tim, not that it's super important for this interaction.
Mm-hmm.
When I gave up my sword, did they make me take the small hammer off the side of my hip? A small, like, little blacksmithing hammer?
No, they just would have taken your weapons.
Copy.
And he, with that, he takes his helm, he puts it back on, and he and his wife leave the room.
I look at Callie. You're so brave. You know that?
You too.
I just like go over to her and I grab her hands.
You watch as the Chamberlain kind of moves over and kind of closes the door after they leave and kind of turns to all of you. You should have told me that you had killed his son.
You didn't ask.
Our apologies. We didn't mean any deception.
Well, you certainly weren't forthright.
Of course not. We didn't want to throw a spanner in the works if one didn't need to be. We apologize for any omission. But what we need to do goes beyond anything else. I must preface this with utmost urgency. The being that we fight doesn't just have a grudge against the material plane. She has a grudge against everything. She is vengeance embodied. And any being that she feels has wronged her will feel her wrath. And it is a gruesome vengeance that she enacts.
Kale the whole time in his head is muttering, just like in the chat, just like sort of like in the background chat. He's just like, this fucking guy talking to us about deception. He's just he's in response, fucking I'll be like, seething.
I mean, if we can just call him out, see what happens. We've had the meeting with the king.
Well,
votes.
Good luck on your hunt.
I'm gonna quickly. Do you know if the spell that he's using is it the kind that if you were to pass through a section that wasn't there?
Is it illusion or shape change?
It seems like a shape change.
Okay.
I vote we bring it up. I put it to the party.
But when we get back, I've already stuck my foot in it enough, and I said I wasn't going to.
Sure.
Understood. Let's go kill a turtle.
Opens the door and it leads you back down to the entrance of the palace.
I look at him and I say, I thank you for your understanding, and I hope my words were sufficient.
Yes, we'll see. Good luck.
Thank you.
Takes you to the palace gates, and you get your weapons returned to you.
Does anyone else smell shock?
Just to Neppy.
This is like every group chat I've ever been in. There's always a side chat that I
Kale
know
say
about,
that?
but I'm not in.
No. I did not say that.
Jars, my child.
I know.
You know, there's no separate rooms in this chat, right?
There.
Only if Letters does it. Because Letters is the caster spell.
Oh, that is actually true. I think only.
Is there no breakout rooms?
Not only if Letters. If only Letters
breakout
initiates
room.
a breakout room. I think.
That's so funny.
Only the host.
That's really funny.
Only the host can initiate a breakout
You haven't been
room.
assigned host, Caddy, so you.
Look, I got trapped into a.
You're trapped in the group call.
I say in our brains. I say in the brains. War has consequences. I live with my consequences. Do I feel bad about killing Dallas in that moment? No. Do I feel for the grief of his father? Yes.
I don't. Everything that we've learned so far while down here, everyone was in on it. It was a concerted effort to attack. I thought we were going to come down here and discover that it was some sort of rebel faction. It appears that everybody was for it. We
did the best that we could with the information we had available at the time. They also had a dragon turtle point that I thought to bring up. Are we far enough out of the palace now?
Yeah. Yep.
I would, as we get on out to the street, they had a dragon turtle with them in the docks, and it was, we freed it.
Yeah, the one we freed.
I will also say, if he wants to talk on grief, he should meet the families of the men, women, and children that his people killed in Croden's Cross. slaughtered mercilessly.
I know.
It was me or Telnus.
Of course.
I went
No one blames you,
down.
Callie.
Nobody,
It was war.
no.
They attacked. They were the aggressors.
I want to just verbalize this. I feel uncomfortable going and killing a large turtle to appease some king who could blow the horn without it.
I had thought on that. Why don't I call Devon? That turtle.
Perhaps we can find a turtle that recently died.
If we can, we could.
I mean, they're ancient. I don't think they die that often.
True.
It feels strange to me if they're that reclusive to go hunt one just for to appease someone's.
Is it worthwhile sending to Istischia? Perhaps we could send and say, we didn't want to kill one of your a magnificent beast within your waters. We merely wish to meet with you.
I don't know how
as
she
we have
feels
met with
about
your
dragon
siblings.
turtles.
True, but
She also has no love lost with any of her siblings. None.
also true.
Did she not stand with any of them? Did she not have a
She
relationship
stand
with any of them?
Garrix.
She did, yes, but she has. We also have very tenuous standing. Kale, you are the only one who stand. Garrix responds to you, and you alone. And Akadi and Groombar. She has no care for them. None at all. They all, in her mind, from my understanding, sold her out and threw her under the cart.
Or the boat.
The boat, yes. I think I was.
I put my hand out for a high five from Callie. Seeing that Callie is giggling.
I'd high five.
1 to 5.
I understand their living on tradition. My entire life is built on tradition. So, if an art of an ancient dragon turtle is what they need,
It's not though.
But
That's my problem. Is he can blow the horn without.
I don't. I feel like
He-
we don't know enough
Yeah.
with the turtle that we freed because he was chained and like he had a big bar through his mouth, right? He was
What if
mistreated.
can you send to the turtle that you know?
I can.
What if we ask the turtles for their help? Who's going to know better where Istischia might be in the ocean than the turtles themselves?
I will say Davin is on the material plane.
But he's from here.
Potentially.
Well,
If
we go
they-
find
if
a
they-
we go find a turtle and try and speak to one. And then if he attacks us, then I feel much less bad about killing it.
If again, if the turtle aggresses and we defend ourselves, we get a heart. But if we can parlay and make a deal, why not?
I spoke to him once. A turtle. I was able to do it. So
I think it's worthwhile trying at least.
why not? We go to this wreck.
No, he spoke with him.
Or was it somebody else who spoke with him?
Somebody cast a spell to speak with him.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we will figure it out.
Did it speak a language, or was it?
We
They're-
speak with
they're-
animals.
I was speak with animals, and I didn't cast it.
Are they bestial creatures or wise?
The dragons. Partially.
Then I think tongues might. The language that allows you and I, Neppy, to speak various languages.
Yes,
might
I speak
work.
Draconic anyway.
Worth a try.
Well, I say we cross that bridge if we get there. If one aggresses to us while we're in these wrecks, I am also curious to see the Caraxian ships.
True.
There is, and if we find nothing, I will give the queen a Caraxian breathing mask. One of the ancient ones.
They don't really have use for those.
It's an artifact. We don't need to use it.
Shall we go then?
Will you allow me a just like a moment. Callie's just gonna step away and set up how she usually does to talk to Melora.
Okay.
Are we in the mansion? No.
No, we're like outside.
In water.
Okay.
The
Having my
mansion is
Finding Nemo
probably gone.
moment. Yeah. That's what I want with the turtles.
Absolutely.
I want to find Crush.
Oh, bro.
Whoa.
Welcome to the treasure trove.
Exactly.
Ah.
Thank you. I'm gonna step away. I'm going to, I guess, I'm just gonna go over what the scenario we're in is.
Okay. You can make a religion check.
Sorry, there's a fucking cat outside my window. Just a gray one. They torment me. So that's the gray one that's creepy. Religion. That is 30-20.
So as you kind of lay down your prayer and kind of reach out to Melora with your plight, you are hit by this vision and your whole body kind of shakes as it's very brief, but you see a figure standing on a high cliff at the edge of the sea, as you can see a huge wave consuming a large land bridge very, very quickly. And you can see it is just a sight of pure chaos. There are ships and people just being destroyed by this massive opening of the earth underneath the ocean, and like underneath the earth and the ocean rushing in around it. And you can see like this land bridge extends out into the ocean on like in what is quickly becoming an island. And you have this view briefly as almost you come around in front of that person. You can see clothed in this like beautiful kind of greenish robe. It looks just like the robe that Melora wore when she presented herself to you.
Mm-hmm.
But this figure isn't Melora. You can see kind of olive skin. You can see a man with large dreadlocks kind of held up who looks, there's a familiarity there. And you watch as almost behind him an echo of the shape of Melora. You watch her hands extended in almost mirroring his. And you hear all of a sudden this thunderous crash of water and just screams as you kind of come back to. And you feel cold.
Is that, is that what, in Callie's mind, is that what would happen if we did this? Is that what we, like, is that a vision of what I have to do?
As you kind of parse through from what you know of this place,
Mm-hmm.
you get the sense that you saw the moment that this place was consumed and cut off from the mainland.
Okay.
At one point, this city was attached to the mainland of Wolfar.
Oh.
And
Is it
you
the Sky
saw
Singer?
the person who did it.
It was in the...
Yeah. There is no connection here.
No connection.
Like you feel cold. That kind of normal warmth you feel when you kind of reach out to Melora, it is the opposite. It's as if something rebuffed you.
I'd like pick up my things and I'd rejoin the group. I don't know. I'm sorry, Mo, you said what happened, but I didn't hear you.
What happened?
I tried to reach out to Melora, and I think I saw when they were consumed by the ocean.
That's what the clerk
It was
told me last night.
It was a sky singer and Melora.
His name was Aethel.
I feel cold. I don't feel her here.
She's not here. That is Istischia doing on purpose.
Can
I try and...
Yeah. Can you try and cast something?
Can I just try and cast... I would like to just like cast aid.
Mm-hmm. You're able to cast.
I'm able to cast it.
Mm-hmm. Your connection is strong enough.
Okay, cool. I'm cool enough.
I did not want to fight a dragon turtle with no Kali magic. That would
I
have
don't
been
know
all
if
by
that would-
Ed.
I don't know if we should fight it. I don't know what I know though.
I definitely think we should try and talk to it first. But
How do we talk to it?
We try our best and we figure it out. We don't know unless we get there.
We defend ourselves with attacks, but diplomacy first.
Can I try and take the lead?
Absolutely. Of course. I can cast tongues on you, I believe.
it's still like mid-morning. Hey, Tim?
Yeah, you're probably pushing into kind of early afternoon at this point.
Should we stay the night and then we try to head out in the morning?
Time is relative at this point. I'm ready and raring to go now.
Sure. I mean, does it get dark here?
Not really in the same
Oh,
kind of
okay,
sense.
never mind
Like it gets dim, but it never gets fully dark in this
Tim.
zone.
Tim, does it get lit though?
It gets lit.
It gets lit.
I think we should grab some mounts.
Definitely gets wet.
Let's get wet.
Wet.
I think we
Moist.
should grab some mounts and we should make our way out of the city post haste.
Yes.
And letters comes with us, of course.
Oh yeah.
No, letters is like, I'm done, actually.
I'm out.
Stay.
Oh, you guys.
Got business, yo.
So you head over to get some mounts, and also the guide comes and finds you. You see a fairly young woman. You can see she's like decked out in some kind of fish scale armor, and she kind of comes up as you're heading towards where the mounts are. Y'all needed a guide?
Yes, we asked for one from His Majesty.
Yeah. I've been paid in advance, so whenever you're ready. My
Wonderful.
name's Noval.
Nice to meet you, Noval.
I'm
Nice to meet
Is
you.
Noval Triton?
Yes, she's a Triton.
No trickery?
Nope.
Sick one.
You can see she's got kind of pinkish hair, kind of short cropped.
Can I do a vibe check? Because it's Pride Month?
Oh, like that kind of vibe check?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What am I rolling?
Yeah. Roll an insight at advantage.
At advantage.
Well,
Thank
because
you.
yeah,
It's
Because it's Pride Month.
it's Pride Month.
Pride Month. Insight?
Yeah, insight.
That is 25.
Yeah, absolutely.
I give her a little nod.
She kind of winks at you.
Hi. We were planning on getting some mounts, and then
Oh yeah.
heading on our way.
Yeah, I can get you a discount.
Oh, wonderful. Great. Perfect. Well, let's
kinda heads
after
in.
you.
She heads in and arranges for you all to get a hippocampus. I think they are.
What are hippocampuses, Tim?
They are like
Horses.
aquatic horses. Yeah.
Hippocampus is a place in your brain
It is.
It is. It truly is.
named
They're little
for
brains.
its shape that resembles a
Is
seahorse.
the front half of a horse.
Yep.
And the back half of a fish
Hippo.
or like.
Fish.
Those are terrifying.
Send you the stat block.
Awesome. Do we each have? We each have one.
Yes,
Okay,
if you'd like,
great.
unless one of you doesn't want one,
No,
and she
purchase-
takes one too.
We'll take 5.
Gives you a swim speed of 60 feet.
Holy bananas!
And they all together they come to just 100 gold pieces.
I purchase our wonderful hippocampus friends.
As long as they are returned.
Party
If they're-
friends.
Not returned.
Do they return on their own? Like if
Yeah,
like
they'll go back on their own if you just release them.
cool. Because
If you're not close enough to the city, though, there is a chance they could get attacked.
no, Tim,
So,
don't do that.
Well, perhaps we can hitch them somewhere.
tasty brains.
Perhaps we can hitch them somewhere, if we need to. Perhaps need
But
to-
Noval is also like, I can take them back if you.
Oh no, I'm known for
if
leaving
you die,
them
I'll
out.
take your hippocampus back.
Well, no, I'm just known for leaving them out to go free before.
The guy owns them.
No, I don't mean go free into the wild. I mean go free like into safety because in my mind it's mount over me, you know?
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
we mount up and we start
You ride.
trekking towards the where the shipwrecks are.
All right. So you head out into the kind of open ocean area. As you kind of leave the protection of the city, there is this kind of, I'll have you all make wisdom saving throws for me
I was gonna be like, are you gonna vibe check it?
Sorry, hang on.
as you leave the city.
You have a bit. Just the wisdom saving throws.
Woo, natural 20.
Fuck. It's fine. I'm fine.
21.
I got a 15. That's with a plus 11.
29.
Wait, would it be a plus?
That seems wrong.
Would it be plus 12?
13.
Oh, we're all around Cali.
Would it be a
so-
plus 12 if I've gone up a level?
Yeah, you'd have plus 6 to your proficiency.
Okay.
What's your wisdom modifier?
I get extra
Oh, yeah,
because
right,
I'm
it's
an
there.
SMR.
Charisma.
Hello,
So-
Mad Birds. Welcome in, Kaka. Thanks
What's
for
your
the raid,
wisdom
folks.
modifier like in total?
For saving throws, it's plus 11. But I haven't leveled up here because I forgot I had to level
Yeah,
up.
it would get your proficiency bonus.
do that.
Are you proficient with wisdom saves,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go up by
So that's a
one
16.
16. And what was yours, Cal?
13.
13.
Oh no, but they got the bonus plus 4, 17.
17. Okay, so Kale and Callie, as you kind of leave the city, like the pit of your stomach just kind of drops as you glance down into just open ocean.
Mm.
You get this kind of like dread that sort of creeps in as you realize like you were truly in very open water, and you can't see the bottom.
Oh,
It's quite dark, and there is just kind of a seed of fear that creeps in.
Would you say that we're frightened?
You're not frightened because I think you're immune to being frightened.
I am immune to being frightened,
But
and so
there
are
is-
people that are around me.
It's not the
Ooh.
frightened condition, but there is like a seed of fear that has crept in.
Okay.
it's just like that. Dread. It's dread. I think dread's a better word for it than fear.
Yeah.
I feel like Finnan is looking down, going, cool.
yeah.
No, I get it. I don't like
The-
fish. I don't like deep water. I don't
The
like
like
sword,
water I can't see the bottom of.
the sword that makes him immune to fear has broken that part of his brain.
yeah.
He's just like, oh, sick.
So you ride out, and you continue for a couple hours before you start to descend. Noval kind of like leads you out and then starts to you start to head down into the darker water.
Yeah.
And pretty soon it becomes harder and harder to see as you head down and down and down. And for a while, all you can kind of see is the like little bit of bioluminescence on the hippocampus in front of you as you go farther and farther down, and it gets colder and colder as you move. And finally, you watch Noval kind of slows down a bit after about another hour.
I feel like during this travel, Finnan is commenting all the fish that no one else can see. It's just like, oh, that was a cool one. Oh, that was a cool one as well.
As you get lower and lower, you see is like, it kind of surprises you, other than Finnan with his little bit of blind sight, but you kind of come up along the ocean floor. As you like, she kind of slows down and she starts to move a little bit more deliberately now. As you start to see, there are a few more kind of pinpricks of light down here as you're seeing more bioluminescence and bioluminescent activity as you're closer to the bottom of this part of the ocean. And you can see it kind of rises and falls and rises and falls as you continue on for another about 45 minutes before she kind of stops. She turns to all of you. They're just up ahead. Please, try to be quiet.
I'm sorry, I didn't laugh. No.
And you watch as like she kind of makes this clicking noise, this kind of high-pitched clicking noise, and you watch as the bioluminescence on all of the hippocampuses goes out. I'll have everyone make a stealth check.
I'm going to use the Ubtao to, as my bracelet kind of leaks an ink that spreads around me and wraps around everyone else. So +10 to stealth checks for everyone.
Thank
Tim,
you.
can I still see? Because like I can see in magical darkness, so I can see like basically regardless of light levels. So I can still see within my like 180 feet, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
50 +10.
Yeah.
+10 and whatever your.
Okay.
25.
And you don't roll with the disadvantage anyway.
No,
was
I'm
gonna
not
say.
wearing my armor.
Well, I was talking to
Do
Callie,
I
but
roll?
you don't roll with disadvantage because of your armor.
Do we remember what my AC is?
It would be
What is
10
armor?
plus your dexterity.
10 plus my
No,
Oh,
Callie's
no,
wearing
you,
Mariners.
Got
the
Mariner's
Mariners,
armor.
yep.
So I
Yep,
think
yep,
it's
yep, yep, yep.
16
16. Okay.
or 17.
Oh yeah, it is. No, it's 16 because I sang little sweet the 16 song in my head from the cartoon show.
Yeah, because I think it's like base 14 plus 2 or something. Yeah. Plus
Yeah,
two, up to 2.
yeah. I got a flirty 20.
And if you're carrying a shield, it's +2.
+2 on top of that, yeah.
I think that's why it's 16. I think
Yeah.
14 plus.
I'm not Dexy.
35.
25.
25?
This last one.
29.
29. And a flirty 24.
Hey, Ellie.
Callie. Okay. So you move fairly silently. The hippocampuses kind of, or the hippocampi, maybe, I don't know. They kind of move in unison as you traverse over another ridge, and you can see it kind of dips down, and you can see what looks like 4.5 Caraxian ships. 2 of them they look like they're in pristine condition. 2 of them are, you can see kind of large, large gashes along the side where they've been sunk, and it looks like they've taken kind of heavy damage. And then one that is just half of a ship that is kind of turned on its end, kind of sticking straight up. And you can see there is like debris kind of littering the floor, and like the mud and kind of muck of the ocean floor has reclaimed some of these. Like they're not fully outside, they're partially submerged in the kind of silt as well.
These are over 2,000, almost 2,500 years old. They've just been sitting here. Do people come down here often? Well,
No, you gotta be crazy. There's good money in it.
I bet.
Yeah, if you make it back.
Hopefully we do. Thank you.
Why are you down here?
You got to speak a little bit louder, Tim.
Because I'm being paid a lot.
Well, we appreciate having you.
Maybe, given the low visibility, maybe I should take the lead.
Yes. Stay within 30 feet of me, please.
Of course.
Noval, I would recommend doing the same for you if you to stay with us rather than if you stay outside the region. I can do my best to keep you safe if you stay within 30 feet of me.
Just so we're all on the same page, I don't get paid if I get paid regardless if you live or die. So
That's
if
fine.
there's danger, I'm probably gonna bolt.
All right.
I could find our way back, right? Because I
If
You
there's
try.
Yeah.
It all kind of looks the same down here.
Yeah,
Like
you're
once
not
you're up into the
wrong.
I've
water.
also prepared
Yeah.
something that I can find our way back.
I'm
Find the best
gonna
path.
look at him and be like, if there's danger and you bolt, can you take my hippocampus?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
I'm gonna swim forward and just be absolutely laser visioning, trying to find. Just keeping an eye out.
So.
All right. You can make a perception check then.
What did you say, Emma?
Guidance. Plus a D4.
Plus a D4.
Oh.
Say. Ha ha ha. Okay. The D4 is only a 1.
Well, I tried. Okay.
No, it was great. It's great.
free.
It's one
It's free.
extra. Exactly. It's one extra to my 27 total.
27 total.
Yeah.
You kind of keep an eye out. You notice, like you kind of catch some glints of something in one of the kind of damaged ships. The light catches on some bioluminescence. You can see there's clearly something in there. And yeah, you kind of spot a few, like there looks to be items and things like that scattered about. If you were to investigate the ships, but you don't see any sign of any creature.
We still have telepathic
was-
bond, right?
I was just about to ask
Uh,
that.
It would have faded.
Don't
It's
think
only
Yeah,
so.
it
It
would've-
only lasts an hour, I think.
Let's I think if we can, I know it's not our primary aim, but
If you want, we can go in one of those ships and take 10 minutes, and I can.
yes, that's probably a good idea. And if we find any treasure in there, that's good to bring back for the queen. That would be probably a nice thing to do. Yes, follow your lead, Finn.
I'll swim back. If you guys all go into a ship, I can keep watch.
All right, but stay close.
Of course.
Don't go swimming about too far.
No, I'll literally be just outside. I just don't want something to creep up on us while we're inside that we can't see it coming.
Yeah.
I'll be close enough to the wood that I can knock on it, hopefully make a sound.
It's a good idea. Perhaps the closest ship.
All right. So you head over
Can-
to. Mhm.
Sorry, can I just clarify for Lennon? We are coming down here with the guide, and the
Yes.
guide thinks we're gonna fight one of the turtles, but we're gonna try diplomacy.
We're gonna try and talk to one of the dragon turtles. if
And
we
Callie's
can.
taking a lead on that.
If we're talking to it, yes.
If we're talking to it, but our guide thinks we're gonna fight one, or she's
Yes.
just bringing us down here.
The guide is bringing us down here because it's a known spot of where ancient dragon turtles have like come and snippy snappied about and gotten rid of a bunch of adventuring parties who were sent here previously by the queen because the queen likes Caraxian artifacts.
Okay, and she's not Caraxian.
No.
No.
The guide is everyone down here is Triton.
They're all
Okay.
Tritons.
Okay,
And
and
the Caraxians were
is-
the people with like so Arathis and Melora.
yeah.
They fucked everything up down here.
Okay.
Well, on the surface to sink it.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, I won't knock on the wood. I have a spell that can cast my voice at a distance that I've literally never used.
Wonderful. Well, let's do it. And if we can get a couple artifacts, that would probably go over well.
Kale's on full hunt mode.
Let's go.
The largest, or the ship that's closest to you, is one that's kind of fully intact. It's
We'll take that
partially,
one.
you can see some of the keel of the boat is submerged in the silt, but it's
I'm going in there. I'm gonna go find me some stuff.
all right.
my
You
Cast
can make-
enhanceability on myself for dexterity.
you can make an investigation check.
Can I stay
With-
outside of the boat?
Letters will help you. So you can make it at advantage.
I can't give you guidance, so
Callie,
concentrating on not getting bitten.
Dirty 20.
I can make myself invisible, but if you're out here,
I just feel like it's bad wherever I am. I feel like me being in a boat, trying to be quiet and dexterous is.
you'll just be out of sight, though.
Yeah, I'll just hide in the boat. I'll hide in the boat.
I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself.
All right. So you head in. Do you all head into the ship other than Finnan?
I'm just gonna sit. Like, is there like a little place I can like tuck away and just like sit like hidden, but like near Finnan?
He's up on top on the top deck. Like you can.
Yeah, like
I'd
could
be
I
kinda,
just like?
floating?
You can be just down into the cargo hold.
Yeah, just
Um,
like there.
Yeah,
That's
these
fine.
are like, as opposed to the Caraxian, you've seen some airships. These are actually like seafaring vessels. So there's like a cargo hold. There's stairs down, and some of the wood has rotted away, and some of it has been kind of reclaimed by coral and stuff like that. But yeah, there's like a little stairwell down, so you're kind of sitting at the bottom of the stairwell. You can't see Finnan because he's invisible, but but you have eyes just kind of out that stairwell.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Rad.
Okay. Kale, you head down into the ship, and you do
Follow.
find a few things. You see, as you're kind of looking around, there's a number of old, like mostly rusted. Some of it is still kind of in decent shape as far as like weapons and armor and things like that. You see the familiar iconography. You do see, though, in the center of the ship, there is a what looks like an amplifier that is attached to a large rune inlaid harpoon gun.
Is the whole gun removable?
The gun is it's almost like a cannon. It's mounted like a cannon.
Kale's
but
pretty strong though, so
it's not as big as a cannon.
Strong.
and it's underwater, so it's weighs less.
Guys, can we take this with us? I really like this big gun that I found.
Yeah,
I think
Kale
it really
comes out
matches
with
my
a massive cannon.
It's in pretty good condition. It's it looks like you could probably you'd have to detach it from the kind of wheeled base. But you're confident that you could probably carry it. Maybe.
The queen does love. She was carrying.
Oh, I'm not giving her an amplifier. If I give it to her, I will remove the amplifier.
Yes,
Say we
but I'm
lost
saying
it.
more the harpoon gun.
Oh yes. Yeah, I know that. She can have the gun. I like the amplifier.
Yes.
Does the amplifier look like something I can remove?
You can try.
Can I have Letters try? He seems like he's gonna roll better on.
He goes, these meaty paws.
Okay, well maybe I will go get Finnan. See if Finnan can do it. He knows about.
None of us are dexterous.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
I can do tattoos. That's my.
If
lord.
this was a tinkering thing, that would have been probably Kokan's purview. But here we are.
Maybe I just bash it off
Don't.
the harpoon
Not
gun.
that. Sorry.
No.
You just bash off the.
No. I'll take the whole cannon out to Finnan.
Okay. The whole thing is probably about 3.5 feet long. As you kind of
I'm gonna ratchet
maneuver
and
it up to
clank
the
it on
top
my
deck.
shoulder.
I'm so scared.
You can't see Finn, and you don't know where he is.
From
You can
beside
see
you,
Callie.
I see you found yourself a toy. What is this, Kale?
Don't know, but it looks pretty cool.
Let's bring it down. Bring it down into the ship.
Okay. I was thinking we should probably take the amplifier off.
Probably, yeah.
We can use it for something.
Does it look like it would fit in the bag of holding?
You could probably fit it into the bag of holding. Yeah, it's not terribly wide. It's a harpoon gun. So
It would fit into the opening.
Yeah. The harpoon
Because-
itself is pretty rusted. You probably you could use it, but if you were going to use it long term, you'd probably want to get some new harpoons made up. But
Yeah,
there
let's
are
keep it.
Harpoons down here.
I think maybe this is we do it later kind of deal rather than kind of at the depths of the ocean. I don't necessarily have the best tools if we're trying to. I could give it a go, but
No, I yield to your expertise. We'll put it in a bag. We'll attempt it
also
later.
it'll be slippery because of the wetness. You know?
Going to put it in the bag now.
Okay, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back up.
Yeah.
Put the harpoon gun in the bag, Tim.
Do the rest of you look around? Or
Does everything
Yeah,
in
I
the
do
bag?
as well.
Does everything in the bag get wet?
Yeah,
I
some
don't
water
know.
gets in the bag.
No.
My bag, not my bag.
Just like it would be such force.
yeah, so
The
much
amount
pressure.
of water
Please.
that would just it would be insane.
No, it doesn't
But-
work like
but-
that, Tim. That's not how
Bag
magic bags work.
explodes.
But importantly, the next enemy we come across, we open the bag and water
Gotcha,
cannon.
water.
Okay, so I have. Can I call this a Caraxian amplifier and harpoon gun, Tim?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm putting it in the bag. I just hope it doesn't get my coffee beans wet that are in the bag.
Yeah.
Don't.
There's
No.
been so many innuendos this whole time you've been talking, and I've been losing my mind.
What? Talking about a wet bag?
No, I know you did it on purpose, the way you said.
No, I didn't.
Did you?
It would be hard to get a gem out of a socket if it's very wet. It would be
Okay.
slippy and slidey. You
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to get a good grip
That's
on
not
it.
how you said it.
It would be impossible.
Okay, keep going. Let's keep going.
Roll for
Yeah.
wetness.
You're gonna roll
100.
your investigation check if you want.
Tim, I'd like to just basically keep an eye out.
Okay.
Do I need to
Ooh.
perception check?
Yeah, I'll have
or-
you make a perception check.
Yeah.
I rolled not poorly.
28.
18.
18. Okay. You look around, and in some of the kind of like ruined crates and things like that, and you're looking through some of the older weapons that are left behind. You can see like there are some gun pieces,
Ooh.
and you find a box, like a smaller box that you kind of managed to pry open, and the like desiccated like hay. It's just like a cloud basically of dust in the water, but you see something kind of shine as you kind of like move the silt away, and you can see it looks like pistol sights affixed with an aerolite lens.
That's fucking
How
sick.
many are there?
There's like just one set of like a lens that you would affix to a pistol.
Fix me to
Right.
what?
A pistol.
It's like a red dot sight, Tim, for the
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
Blue
a
dot.
lens. Oh.
For my gun.
360 no scopes.
I like Neppy's so excited. I'm so excited, and I like reach down carefully in the box, and I like gently pick it up, and I rip a piece of fabric from like my flowing robes or whatever, and I wrap it in the fabric, and I put it in my bag, and I like put a hand on my sending stone. Project when I get home.
I like to think the achievement pops up. Neppy unlocked, peek and lean.
I can't. It's on a different plane. I can't send it
Yeah. All right.
for myself.
All right.
Oh, that's so cool, Tim.
Oh my god.
With your perception check, as you are, as you're kind of taking a look out, you see what look like maybe 4 figures, kind of swimming in around the ships. You can see they are two of them look-
Sharky in nature.
They are sharky in nature. You stole the words right out of my mouth. As they move in, you can see 2 of them are quite a bit larger. But the other thing that you notice is the temperature of the water rises.
Who's peeing?
Hey, get away from me. Do that
You,
elsewhere.
see-
you
hear-
said to do it anyway.
You hear one of the figures, because they're just off the ship a little ways. They're probably about 90 feet from you. You hear one of them go, "You're supposed to be around here." And oh, actually, no, you wouldn't hear that. It's in Aquan. They say something in Aquan. You don't speak, but it sounds like that.
Don't you still have tongues up? Or
No,
fast?
tongues would have
Thumbs
gone.
up, baby.
I'm
You hear them
going to.
speaking in Aquan.
I'm going to cast Minor Illusion to create my voice as a whisper right next to Kelly's head and go, company.
I don't know. I can't be quiet. I just stand still because then I'd make noise.
Do I see the look on Kelly's face? What's
I just like I try and motion. I feel like Nebby and I could.
We can vibe check each other. Yeah,
We can vibe check.
Yeah. All right. I like stuff that
Did Letters get a chance to telepathic bond everyone else?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been. Yeah,
Okay.
he just finished. Well, you guys were investigating.
What's going on at Finnan?
Would I have been in range of the spell? I don't. Is it? Let me double check.
You're just up on the top deck.
Yeah, I'm quite close. I just don't.
You're
know what
just
the-
above them.
Oh, within 30 feet. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we'll say it.
What's going on up there?
4 figures, you said?
4. Yeah.
I see 4 speaking a language I don't recognize. They seem to be searching for something.
Us?
Presumably us, yeah.
Should we ready ourselves?
Perhaps. I don't want to lead with aggression, though.
Come down to us. Diplomacy first. We're here on a mission. If they aggress towards us, we defend ourselves.
Let me get behind them as you guys approach from the front.
Understood.
Okay.
I relay that very quietly to the group.
And the water on the top deck is getting noticeably warmer. And
I
the rest of you feel the water starts to get a little warmer.
think
I would, because I'm like just below. I would move to be at the front, like the first out. Like if Finnan's going around behind.
in head speech, I'm going to go, actually, wait. I think we might have been less noticed than this group, and their presence might not be appreciated. Let's let this play out. The water's getting hot, and I think that means something's approaching.
Understood.
And I'm just going to sit and watch it play out, keeping an eye out.
I'd
Invisible.
be sitting ready to go.
I'm ready.
But I'm gonna try and be at like the front if that happens.
If it's quiet, maybe preemptively cast tongues on Callie if Callie's taking the lead on the dragon turtle.
I had a joke to make, sorry. It's fine.
I can't hear you, hon.
I'm gonna reach over and sorry, my voice is getting shat. I'm gonna reach over and cast tongues on Kelly.
Okay. So you watch as Finn and you hear them kind of talking, and they split up, each kind of moving toward a ship.
Never split the party.
Never
and
split your party.
You watch as one of the smaller ones starts moving towards the ship that you are on, as you feel this kind of intense heat start to like increase. As you can sense the water kind of move behind you, as like
That was really well timed.
this like darkness kind of falls over top of you. You can feel, even though it's so dark down here, you can feel like any kind of light that is refracting from above is being totally blocked out, as you feel this like boiling heat. You know that like as it comes above you, would you like to lie down on the deck?
I would move so that I get out of its path, essentially. I would want to keep my eyes on the guy coming towards the ship.
Yeah.
But I would move out of its path because I don't want to get caught up in this.
So the last thing you see as you're like kind of moving down, you see like this shark-like face. Its eyes go wide as you kind of duck below. You all feel the ship itself kind of like list over to the side as the water, like you can feel the current kind of push through the boat and the cracks and things like that. You feel like it's hard to stand up and not get pushed to the side of the boat as the whole thing kind of lists over, and you watch the silt kind of kick up as it like obscures outside of like the little window that you could see through. You see that figure, like you can hear it shouting and screaming as it's like trying to get away. You watch this massive figure come over top, and you watch the water around it kind of bubble, and you see this creature kind of turn as this large turtle bears down on it, and it just stops screaming as this like wave of heat rips through the ship.
Good call on staying on the ship, I think.
And that's where we're gonna end it tonight.
Holy shit.
God damn, Tim.
Oh my god.
That feels like a good place to end it.
Shit.
Oh my god.
Dang.
Holy ship.
Holy shit.
It is gargantuan.
Wow.
Le spicy.
Well-
Spicy.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
You want
we
the eaten turtle? Sorry.
No.
It's really good.
I bet this one. I bet there's a lot of turtle meat in this
I had it
giant
in,
gargantuan turtle.
I'm gonna run and grab something while you do this talking, but I'm gonna be back for the be safe. I'm just gonna run. I'm gonna run.
Okay.
I had it
Okay.
in Louisiana. It was really good. Turtle
Um,
soup.
so thank you everyone for
Spooky,
sticking with us
scary.
through our technical stuff and hanging out with us this evening. We are so grateful every week to be able to do this and come play with have you all at our table. We are back with a bunch of streams this week. Tim and I are back on Tuesday. We're going to do some fun world building. It'll be great. We're going to finish our Pantheon, maybe do some fun homebrew races that play into effect in the water elemental plane and probably beyond. It's going to be very, very fun. Then on Wednesday, we are up for the series premiere of the Rage Saga, 3 Minotaur Barbarians just trying to get a job done, DM'd by Adam and featuring myself and Cody and Eric. It's going to be a delightful time.
Did you come up with more puns based on the word rage
You still
or
have
cage?
a giant
or...
list. We are again going to be back next Saturday. All of us will be back at the table next Saturday to fight potentially a mother forking dragon turtle. Very spicy. So we are going to go raid our dear friends over at Dorktales. They are playing Mage the Ascension this evening. We love Dorktales so much.
I'm very excited because I don't think we've ever had the opportunity to raid.
No, we've never had a chance to raid into them. They always usually end
yeah.
before us, but we are ended a little early tonight, so we're going to head on over to see them. One of our mods will put up our message in the chat, which is usually just Blackwater wants you to be safe with hearts on either side and the Blackwater hearts if you have them. But as we do, so we're going to head on into an outro screen, so stick around and we'll raid, but put your thumbs up. And when given the choice of whether to stick together or split the party, always stick the party because it's easier for you to
Be safe.
Have a wonderful night, everyone. Stick
Yeah,
around
that's
for the
like what
raid.
we did there. That was
Bye.
good. That was